following presentation of the National Football League.
Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Prime Time on EA Sports. Straight ahead with a nationwide audience tuning in. It's a Monday Night Prime Time showdown between our visitors and the home team. Running the Armadillos, that's their head coach. His guys on the fortunate side of Week 1. One of the teams who began this year with a win. On the opposing sideline, the head coach of these Nighthawks. His guys also able to start the season with a win. So somebody's going to leave here with a 2-0 record after this one. From the booth alongside Brock Hewitt, I'm Keith Scott, and we're just about set to get this one started. And here we go on Monday Night Prime Time. This drive will start inside the 25. So here's their offense, taking over for the first time here. And we'll get a chance to see someone still in the early stages of their career, this third-year QB.
Kate, I know you get tired of hearing me say there's no substitute for experience, but it is totally true. Taking the reins of an NFL team as a young quarterback, you want the game to slow down, and the only way it slows down is to get more and more of these opportunities to go lead your team game in and game out.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Get it. Bronco 80. Let's go.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. He fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
70,
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Too much lead on that throw. That ball's incomplete ahead of his target.
Kate, I think that's a little taster, a little entree of what's to come for this wide receiver. He's going to have to make some plays into some contested coverages, and he couldn't do it right there.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on third down.
Cougar 19.
They'll throw. 3rd and long. The catch is made by the rookie from Notre Dame. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's going to bring up 1st down. And that right there is about the best you could hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop one.
This is tough running in this weather out there, but he keeps the feet moving, gains 3. 4 yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Takes the handoff, now to throw. Hits his running back. He's got room to roam. And he's going to be persuaded out of bounds right at that 40-yard line. We get 22 out of that play. And that's good for a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. Ready, ready?
They go play action on 1st down. Going all the way to the end zone here. Oh, again, it looks like a pick, but they drop it. A chance to steal it away in the end zone. They just can't finish the play.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Ready.
That's complete right side. And he can't get the touchdown, Brock, but plenty of yardage. He goes out down near the 10. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
1st down and goal to go.
They'll try and punch it in. And he's got them down at the doorstep inside the 5. He picks up 7, and now it's 2nd and goal at the 3.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
And he gets in. Touchdown! The Nighthawks finish up an excellent opening series. Well, no hesitations to start this one out, Brock. These guys came out slinging it. Seems like that's going to be what their offense leans on throughout this game.
Yep, don't see really any reason to get away from it as long as the results keep coming. The second drive, I think we'll all be watching that one. Will they mix in a little bit more run? Will they have to mix in more run, or could they continue to just shred this defense through the air?
They'll set up here for the point after. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And the Nighthawks will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. Brings in the kick at the 9. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. So here comes this offense as they get set for their opening drive. And bringing them out to the Western Kentucky alum by way of Houston Baptist, Bailey Zappi.
Simply put, there's not a throw on the field he's not capable of making. His arm can reach every blade of grass, which as a defender is an absolute pain to have to worry about down in and down out. And as an offense, it energizes you for the possibility of a big play at any time.
Here we go now. Time to start this drive. 1st and 10. Now Zappi. Complete out to the right side. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Tough one to retain through that hit. So now they have 3rd and short. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be hauled out on a gain across midfield down inside the 45-yard line. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
First down. A gain of 22 yards.
The give here, it's Ahmed. And they're going to be humbled here on 1st down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they find him after just a yard, and it's 3rd down. So 10 yards to get this 1st down as they come to the line. Third and long for him here. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he hits that enemy 25-yard line before he is sent out. So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. Out of the gun. They'll give it to him inside. And they're going to be set up at the 11 after that play. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
I call that a table setter right there. Table setter for yourself as a team in that huddle, gaining confidence on the ground, and you know that's going to set the table for some great play action pass to come.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And I don't think he got beyond the line there. Yep, no gain on the play. It's going to be 2nd down. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
And he's just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Setting up the running back screen. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
It's plays like that, Kate, right wrong, where I sit and judge a defense. I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field. Not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on third down. They were able to answer a score with a score. Maybe not to tie the game, but to certainly turn some of the momentum.
Here's Romo to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And in the end, Brock, a pretty exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. So here comes this offense for its second series of the game. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. And we'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, check. 18 cards.
Now a give on the counter. This is tough running in this weather out there, but he keeps the feet moving, gains 3. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
70, 70.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. First time this game they've looked to him. So now they're going to have to figure out this 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
To the air on 3rd and long. Can't convert on 3rd. That's to the ground and incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. 4th down coming up. The Nighthawks flying out their punt team. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. Surprisingly had to punt 5 times in last week's win, and he sends this away. Their offense headed back out for its 2nd drive of the contest. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Zappy to the air now. Little off center. His man just couldn't adjust to it. Looking for his wide receiver there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Quick throw is caught. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here, and it's going to bring up 3rd down.
I wish everybody had the opportunity to feel how fast that decision is made. With that RPO, it is a split second. And when you make the incorrect read, the play's busted up before it ever has a chance to start.
And air it out on 3rd. That one's complete, right side. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down.
And then Omaha, 1st down. A gain of 22 yards. 1st down.
And that's going to do it for our first quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. 7-3 is our score. Take a quick break, and we'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. We're all set to start the second. Offense already out to resume its drive. They're looking at 1st down here. Zappy. Brought in right side. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
No gain on the play.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it.
The 44-yard line.
They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. 2nd down coming up.
That's completed right side. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line.
A gain of 19
A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
For an Omaha. 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
We've set it down from 37. Zappy setting to throw. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Ball stays at that 37. Here's 2nd and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. This is ahead for about 5. Jalen Smith getting there to make the stop.
Really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast, but he was patient, he was explosive, and he got a nice little gain on the ground.
Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable and an incomplete.
I'll throw for it. That's cut beyond the marker. Tackle made at the 10. First and goal coming up.
That's another Omaha. First down, Omaha.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
From the red zone now. This one's caught. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
And the connection made in the end zone. Touchdown! The Armadillos take a second quarter lead. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a designed read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
John Parker Romo out to try the point after. Extra point sent in through the rain. And the Armadillos push their lead to 3. Here's Romo to handle the kickoff. He'll take this at the 10. Making some progress here. And he showed some nice bursts on that run back, didn't he? Getting them all the way out to their own 40. Now this offense getting set to work here. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10.
Here we go, let's go.
They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And he's forced out of bounds after picking up about 7.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Running for the marker on second. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
No gain on the play. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Ready? 70, Timberwolf. Let's go.
Back-to-back carries here. And they're turned away on 3rd and short. Sacramento lost a yard. So that's going to bring up 4th down. They sent him with that sack in mind, Brock. We all saw what was coming. Still managed to clean up the play, even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cat pressure from the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and a T for attack, exactly what he just did.
Punting unit out now. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he drives this one into the pouring rain. And a sure-handed play there in the rain. He brings in the fair catch without a problem. The offense headed back to the field. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. Looking to throw, Zappy. Looking right, and he finds him. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. We need something positive here.
At the 15-yard line.
Throwing is Zappy. Got to it right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
They'll empty the backfield, motion him right. He completes it in traffic. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
And he makes the fair catch inside the 45. Now outruns their offense to take over. And as they get set, partner, gotta imagine they're bringing some urgency with them to the field this drive, too.
Yeah, I think you and I both know in calling these NFL games that sense of urgency can be replaced by full-blown panic in a hurry. So find a way to possess the ball and, more importantly, score some points.
Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. Nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. They're going to try and throw it here. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, well, it's not met the standards they set for themselves.
Throw here, 3rd down. Pressure's on him, and it's going to get home. He's dropped. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Even from the booth, Kate, I can hear it. I can hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise, you deliver, and that's exactly what they did. Wasted no time in getting that sack.
And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. The offense getting set to go. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. First down, play action. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete.
It just kind of feels like they've met their match with this defense. So many plays, they've just not ended the way they were drawn up. Fortunately, well, their defense is doing the same. You really feel like which offense can get into rhythm is going to find a way to win this game.
That 2nd down run is only going to manage a yard. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. No throw, 3rd and long. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete, 4th down coming up.
That's a throw at this level. With so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. That'd be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
He's got this at the 27. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Another drive coming up for this offense. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late.
Here we go, here we go.
This drive will begin with a run by Brown. Rolling into enemy territory. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half.
Got it, ready?
New set of downs for them. They'll start at the 38.
Let go.
They go play action on first down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
On the jump.
After the incompletion, still at the 38, it's 2nd and 10.
Ready.
Throwing now out of the shotgun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Timeout taken by the defense. They're second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Let's see what they went with on 3rd down.
Deputy. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
He's going to throw this one. Finds a man right side. And somebody finally able to force him out there. So even with that quality gain, it will still wind up being 4th down.
How many times, Kate, do we see those routes, those horizontal east-to-west routes, just get that first down on these critical third down situations. It takes tremendous eyes, tremendous speed, and a tremendous want-to by the defense to stop that short.
And that play doesn't get it done. We've got a turnover on down.
It's a turnover.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Finds him over the middle. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They're going play action. Can't connect on the throw to his running back. That's an incomplete pass. Takes him to second down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. And dose of the hurry up here.
That's good for an Omaha. First down.
Throwing from the gun here. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. And then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
Again to throw on second. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So now it's going to be third and long. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
No luck on a look to his back. And they're going to be stuck with a fourth and long. The Armadillos sending out their punter. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And this hits at the 4 before taking a bounce into the end zone. That's a touchback. They take over on offense now pretty late in this first half. And we're a shade away from 50 seconds to go in the second. And it is enough time to put something together. Now they're going to throw out of the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he manages maybe 3 yards there to the 23-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7 at the 23-yard.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little shorter than 35.
That's good.
They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Pass play coming here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Forced to the ground.
Another look for him, Brock, and hey, why not with the way he's playing so far? But this time, just couldn't hang on.
I think you'll see coordinators at times, Kate, get away from something that's working. I like it.
It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Timeout taken by the offense. They're second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Will this drive continue? Here comes third down. Here he goes, third and long. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, but because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
And he'll take in the fair catch just above the 35. This offense getting one final possession here before halftime. And they'll need to be judicious in using that final timeout, Brock, but they still could put a scoring drive together before the break. Zappy back to throw. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that gives him a first down.
First down, Armadillos.
Shotgun snap. They'll throw. It's him on the in route. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. 5 still to go here. This is second down. Here's Zappi. He's got it along the sideline. And the gain only about 2 before he heads out. That means they're going to face third down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Here's the final play of our first half. Final throw before the break. On the move, headed right. Rolling, and takes a deep shot down the middle. The third down throw falls incomplete. So a field goal game at the half. Good one so far, 2 quarters to go. Now let's check in with Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone. Scott Hansen here in our thankfully dry studios in Orlando. That's obviously not the case at the stadium, where the rain continues to play a factor in this game. Who will take better advantage of it in the second half? To find out the answer, let's go back out to the stadium and rejoin our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Hughes.
Thanks so much, Scott. We are back, and our blankets of rain have not let up. We've got a drenched field out there. Going to be an interesting second half here. This return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Their offense taking the field now for the opening drive of the second half. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the second half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every first down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up, and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
They gain 11 on that play, and they're going to have a first down now. We've set it down from the 37.
A gain of 11 on the play.
And this is Ahmed. He's going to keep his balance long enough to get ahead for a gain of 5. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets him just as many yards as a short completion would have.
Throwing out to the left. Got it. And he'll get it up to the 44.
Complete to number 4. It's a gain of 2 yards.
To the line. Here's 3rd and 3. Zappi to the air now. Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Okay, you hear me in my talk back all the time with our producer saying, hey, circle that play. Hey, you just never know. You just never know in this league, in these games that are so close, which can be the play that really sparks the turnaround. And defensively, you needed to get off the field. Defensively, you wanted to give the ball back to your offense in a one-score game, and that 3rd down sack, well, it just did it.
Their offense running back out now. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. All in left side. And he's forced out of bounds after picking up about 7.
It's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Cut out left. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Give him 5 on the play, and that'll set him up with a fresh set of downs.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
All set to go now from the 35.
Let's go.
Pass play on 1st and 10. Completed over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Finds him on the slant. And a great play was brought to an end as this one reaches the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 22. And that is good for a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
All set to go now from the 35.
Ready? Liking it.
Throwing it again here. Has a man. It's Brooks. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Gain of 5. Brings up second
Here we
and
go.
5.
He's going to throw it again. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game, and it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
3rd and 5.
Ready?
They're throwing it. He'll have the first down and even more. And he will take this in. Touchdown. The Nighthawks grab the lead on their first series of the half. Well, Brock, even with it being possibly the most popular route for teams to go to, sometimes you get in on the slants, you find yourself with a gap to turn it into much more, including what we just saw, 6 points.
All this time on task between you and I together, why do you think it's the most popular route?
Easy for the QB?
Yeah, I mean, short distance, easy for the QB, and it's also great versus man or zone. There really is not a defense that you can employ out there when you execute it right and you execute it on time, the big plays, and sometimes like this, touchdowns will follow.
That one splits the uprights. And the Nighthawks take a 4-point lead. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. He fields it from the 8. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. This offense getting all set for this series. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead.
Let's go now.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he gets this one up to the 40-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that gives him the first.
A gain of 14. First down, Armadillo.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49.
First down.
A gain of a lone yard, but Brock, that's all they needed. First down.
And an Omaha first down.
Back to the well again. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Throwing is Zappy. Escapes the pocket. Oh, the football's loose. Scooped up by the defense. And that right there is going to be the spot they take over as they pick up a couple extra yards on the fumble return.
You're using this play to try for a first down, but also set up whatever in your back pocket for third down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
Ready?
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
Come on. Ready?
They're going to throw now, following the turnover. Forced out to his right. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And this is going to take him off and across midfield there at the opposing 45.
First down.
Coming to the line for another first and 10.
At the 45-yard line.
A look to throw. Buys time, rolling right. Brought in right side. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gained about 8, second down.
It's one thing to draw all these routes up when you're in the pocket. It's quite another when a play breaks down. Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket and scramble. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. Pick up a 5 on that play. And that means first down.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Back to throw. short pass caught by his tight end. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
To number 84.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
Pass to 60. Pass to 60. Let go.
Passing now on 2nd and 10. Finds him over the middle. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck.
Anchorage. First down. 1st and 10.
All right, we've reached the final quarter of Monday Night Prime Time. It's their ball late. They have a lead, but it's far from over yet. And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Working inside the red zone. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And their 4th sack of the game right there brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 18.
I know the scoreboard doesn't say it, but this has been a winning effort up front defensively. One of the keys to their success was going to be this pass rush and sacking the quarterback, and they can check that box.
Has it downfield, working the left. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. This is the type of performance a former quarterback, just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game. Even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down, none of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments the game does slow down. It is so fun.
And he runs this one in for the touchdown. The Nighthawks grow their lead off the turnover. So great work by the running back there, Brock. He saw a little bit of space, took advantage, and he took it all the way for 6.
So good, Kate. You'll hear running back coaches say this: slow to and then explode through. And that's exactly what he did. Slow to the hole, but explodes for the touchdown.
They'll try this extra point. Got a good play in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And the Nighthawks drive their lead to 11.
Armadillos 10.
They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. Here's a return from the 7. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Their offense ready to take the field now. And they just saw that lead stretch out to a 2-score margin now. Really makes this a must-score series late.
And Kate, you know I believe this. You can never play this game in a state of desperation or a state of urgency. Got to be a sky high right now.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Looking to throw, Zappy. He's got a man left. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Offense is set. 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Dumps it off to his running back. And he gets back to the line, but no more. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Now Zappy. And there's a man there, it's intercepted. Champ loses it on the return, they could get this back. And they recover, so after a very chaotic play and a couple of turnovers, they're set up somehow with a 1st down. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock, but now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble they just forced.
They do, got to bring a little bit of juice, but kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. Man, if I get that first cut, I can make them bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Zappy setting to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's going to bring up 1st down.
Omaha. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Back gets the handoff. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. They give it to him again. This one isn't looking much better, Brock. He's handed another loss. It's 2 in a row. They've got third down now coming up.
3rd and 15.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Finds the... Oh, he loses the football. And it's picked up by the defense. And they're able to rip off a nice chunk there before the fumble return comes to an end. Oh boy, Brock, some very unfortunate deja vu offensively here. This is exactly how their last drive came to an end too.
Yeah, bummer for the offense, but
while a new offense preps to head out, we've got a stoppage. They want to make sure this is a turnover.
After reviewing the play.
So the nice defensive play, all for naught. He was down first, no fumble. Here he goes, gotta have this on 4th down. No place to go, they get him to the turf and force a turnover on down.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Got it. Ready?
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
Now we're on the counter. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. They'll go play action. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB. And it gave him just enough room to run.
Throwing to the back of the end zone. And he's got his man. Touchdown. The Nighthawks have likely locked up the win right there.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
Lining up now to try the extra points. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And the Nighthawks push their lead to 18. Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. Fielded at the 7. The coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. This offense ready to get going again now. They're coming off a 4th down try that didn't work in their favor. Let's see how that might affect the approach they take this time out. First call here coming from the shotgun. Connecting on the slant. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40.
A gain of 12.
First down, play action. Knocked away, that's going to be incomplete. Defender there, that brings up 2nd down.
Playing zone coverage in the NFL, we focus so much on the safeties and corners, but so many times it's the linebackers that are the X factors. They make that zone defense go. Tremendous awareness to knock that ball away.
2nd and 10, and they'll stick to the air. Short pass brought in. And he'll get it up to the 44. Offensive line fast.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Hits him on the in route. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Offense up to the line fast.
And an Omaha first down.
They go play action on first down. Well, the pressure really got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
Throwing the out route complete. And he gets this very close to that first. It's going to be 3rd and short at the 35. Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it forward a yard to reset the downs. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Hits his running back. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. 7 yards on that pickup. And that's good for a new set of downs. To the line and set. Here we go, first down. Sticking to the air here. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. That's one he knows he should have had. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Zappi. Complete out to the right side. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
About set. This is 3rd and 5. Zappi to the air now. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. And the Nighthawks will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
I'll hear a lot of defensive coordinators say you've got to earn the right to rush the passer by doing work on the early downs. You know what this is, Kate? They've earned the right to be aggressive defensively with the work they did through 3 quarters, and this defense is cutting it loose.
This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. They're going to win this game, but with touchdowns on 3 straight drives, Brock, they're probably going to want to keep that streak going.
Ready?
They'll run here on first down. Fights his way through a tackle. And there's the stop, but he's got 9 yards on first down.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity to play whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Dump off caught by his back. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
Let's go. Let's go.
On first down, they'll run. And 2nd down's going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
Ready?
Another carry for him. He finds a little opening, but not much. Picked up about 4 on 2nd down.
2nd down at the 41. It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 7.
So something to be proud of.